Well, good morning. Faced with an unprecedented threat to our health and safety, faced with a very real prospect, patients being turned away from overwhelmed hospitals, faced with consequences of inaction, this virus has consistently forced us to make decisions that no one ever wanted to make. Looking at where we are right now and how far we've come, pushing Omicron back, there's no doubt these were the right decisions. There's no doubt they protected our hospitals from collapse and saved lives. Today, we're on track to very soon remove almost all restrictions for businesses as part of our reopening plan. And we heard from Dr. Moore last week and again yesterday that he is now working on a plan that will allow us to remove the vaccine passport system. My friends, this is great news and a sign of just how far we've come together in this fight. But this progress doesn't change what we've been through, because the truth is, this virus forced us to make unthinkable sacrifices. And I know that this has been extremely, extremely difficult. Watching businesses close, livelihoods lost, freedoms restricted. None of this has been easy. People are frustrated, they're scared, they're angry. And I know these frustrations have reached a boiling point for many Canadians. The result is what we're now seeing in various cities across our province and our country. My friends, one of the great things about living in Canada is our right to free speech, the right to choose our government by voting for leaders that best represent us, the right to peacefully protest when we disagree with what our government is doing. But like all rights, these are not without reasonable limits. Our economy in Ontario is built on trade, especially with our partners in the United States. The Ambassador Bridge in Windsor alone sees more than $700 million of two-way trade every single day. And that trade employs hundreds of thousands of Ontarians who work in auto plants and factories across our great province. Those jobs feed millions of families. They are the lifeline for our province and its economy. And while I appreciate the right to protest, that right cannot and must not extend to cutting off that lifeline. We're now 2 weeks into the siege of the city of Ottawa. I call it a siege because that's what it is. It's an illegal occupation. This is no longer a protest. With a protest, you peacefully make your point and you go back home. And I know that the vast majority of the people did that. They came, they peacefully demonstrated, they made their point, and they left. And I want to say to those people, you've been heard loud and clear. Canada has heard you. My message to those still in Ottawa, to those at our border crossings, please go home. To those of you who have brought your children, please take them home. I urge you, it's time to leave. And it's time to do so peacefully. But to the very small groups who have chosen to take a different path, to those who have chosen to take a city of 1 million people hostage for the past 2 weeks, to those who've attempted to disrupt our way of life by targeting our lifeline for food, fuel, and goods across our borders, to those trying to force a political agenda through disruption, intimidation, and chaos. My message to you is this: your right to make a political statement does not outweigh the right of hundreds of thousands. It does not outweigh our right to get food across our borders. Your right to make a political statement does not outweigh the rights of 1 million people in Ottawa to live peacefully, free of harassment and chaos in their own homes. So let me be as clear as I can. There will be consequences for these actions, and they will be severe. We've already started by going after the money funding the illegal occupation. Yesterday, an Ontario court granted our request to freeze the funds from Give, Send, Go for the convoy. The OPP has also provided additional resources to Ottawa Police Services and Windsor Police Services to satisfy their recent requests for operational support. And more needs to be done. We're strengthening the tools and the powers of our police forces to resolve this situation and restore order. Let me be clear. The government does not direct our police forces, but we do set the laws. Today, I'm using my authority as Premier of Ontario to declare a state of emergency in our province. And I will convene Cabinet to use legal authorities to urgently enact orders that will make crystal clear it is illegal and punishable to block and impede the movement of goods, people, and services along critical infrastructure. This will include protecting international border crossings, 400 series highways, airports, ports, bridges, and railways. It will also include protecting the safe and essential movement of ambulatory and medical services, public transit, municipal and provincial roadways, as well as pedestrian walkways. Fines for noncompliance will be severe, with a maximum penalty of $100,000 and up to a year imprisonment. We will also provide additional authority to consider taking away the personal and commercial licenses of anyone who doesn't comply with these orders. This will not impede the rights of Ontarians to peacefully protest. It will provide additional tools to help stop the illegal occupation of Ottawa and the Ambassador Bridge in Windsor. While these emergency orders will be temporary, we have every intention to bring new legislation forward that will make these measures permanent in law. We're taking these steps necessary to support our police as they do what it takes to restore law and order. And please, my friends, make no mistake, this is a pivotal moment for our nation. The eyes of the world are upon us right now, and what they are seeing is not who we are. It's not what Canada is about. This is not how we try to change things here in Canada. We do it through the ballot box. Because we are Canadian, and we are better than that. And so, as a province, as a nation, we must collectively draw a line. We must stand for the values that define us. We must come together right now. We must heal the divide that is fracturing our society. We must come together now, not as opponents, but as Canadians. And we must see that the sacrifices we're forced to make were made for a reason. To see that because of the actions we took over the last 2 years, tens of thousands of lives were saved from COVID-19. As hard as it's been, these sacrifices were necessary to protect tens of thousands of our neighbors, our friends, our family members. And there's no price that we could put on that. So, to the protesters I say, we've heard you, and it's time to go. To the auto workers, truckers, and all those affected by the Ambassador Bridge closure, I say, we will take whatever steps are necessary to ensure the borders reopen. To the people of Ottawa under siege, I say, we will ensure you're able to resume life and business as soon as possible. And to our brave women and men in uniform, I want you to know that you have my full support as you work to manage the situation and do whatever it takes to bring these occupations to an end. Thank you, and God bless the people of Ontario.
Wow. Well, there you have it. The coward comes out and declares a state of emergency and threatens the whole province with massive fines and jail and who knows what else. Led by his fearless leader at the federal level, Justin Trudeau. This mouth breather comes out, Chuck the Dancing Bear. How do you seize the funds from an American fundraising entity? That's what I want to know. They put a tweet out yesterday, nobody's touching our funds. An illegal occupation. Listen, I'm struggling to get my words out just like he is. Pivotal. An illegal occupation, man. And why can't one politician just come out, look at the camera, tell us what you want to say? You can have some notes written down. What do you have to do these Hollywood speeches for, Chuck? You know, it's not funny. And I try to turn away from this kind of stuff because it doesn't help my state of mind, my mental health, to look at this fucking guy. But I couldn't not broadcast it. I was just, this tramp should be coming out and saying we're opening up for business. This guy, somebody put in the comment section, is done. Well, I think he still has time because election season's around the corner. A buddy of mine's running a party called the None of the Above Party. That's how pissed off he got and how fed up he got with all the parties, that he started a party called the None of the Above Party because they don't have the option on the ballot. So he created a party called the None of the Above Party. If he went full DeSantis Florida mode, he'd get reelected because it's the right thing to do. He talks about the sacrifices that we've all made, the tens of thousands of people, the tens of thousands of lives that have been saved through the lockdown measures and masking and social distancing. That didn't do jack. Like, seriously, where's the proof, Dougie? And, I mean, it's too easy to tell him to have another cookie, but do you need to mouth breathe all over the mic? Fucking mix in a walk, bro. You've been heard. Yeah, you know what, Doug? I don't think this changes anything. I think that you just drive them further, deeper into the ground as far as their resolve goes. They're not going anywhere because you came out and threatened them with jail time and $100,000 fines that they'll beat in court like we all will. I say we all will because many of my friends have charges for leaving the house, Dougie. I've been charged with leaving my house when I wasn't supposed to because of your face and your draconian measures, along with your partners at the region, at the city, and at the federal level. All of you guilty. And yeah, we changed things at the ballot box. And I can tell you, you're done. But here's the thing. Who's going to take Dougie's place? The Liberals got no one. You're going to swing back to a liberal vote now? That's how quickly you can forget about Kathleen Wynne and McGuinty. Man, it's frustrating. Like I said, I try to look away from this stuff because, I can't afford to look at it. I got work to do. I just can't look away. tens of thousands of lives that we've saved. Yeah, I'd love to see the data on that, Dougie. I'd love to see the data on how many suicides were caused under your leadership over and above the normal number. I'd like to see the data on the developmental issues, speech issues, depression issues for our kids. Oh, it's coming. It's coming, Dougie. And you'll look back and go, well, I guess we got that wrong. Or maybe you won't, because you're just that narcissistic a sociopath that you could never admit that you maybe should have taken another path. Man, this is troubling. I can't tell you. As he says, the doctors are working to remove the vaccine passport. He declares a state of an emergency. Like, my friends, what a loser. I mean, he's the Premier of Ontario. How much of a loser is he? He got elected. Look at me. Oh, man. My friends, shut up, Dougie. We're not your friends. We don't want to be your friend. If we saw you on the street, we'd barely look your way. The sacrifices, the tens of thousands of lives we've saved. Yeah, show me the data on that. Traitor in the comments. Cuck. What up, AJ? Wow. An illegal occupation. A government that doesn't follow the Constitution is an illegal occupation. Yeah. Doggy. Go fuck your hat. What up? Woody. Clown. Yeah, peaceful protest is legal. The problem is the government is full of politicians and not people. Okay. Here come the threats. He's done for. What up, Jenks? Yeah, I mean, I just said it as well. But, how he's in power. And who are you going to vote for? You going to vote for none of the above? What, out of nowhere, an unheard of party takes power? I don't know about that. Never know, though. Dukes, how not to react to a peaceful protest. Heather, you won't stop us, you idiot. You made us do it. You still have the look of fear you've had for 2 years. We will win, I promise. The world is supporting us. For the first time, I talked to Rob Primo yesterday, the interviews, wherever you're watching this right now. And I can't tell you the last time I felt this proud to be Canadian. As I watched the trucker convoy presser the other day, the announcement they made the other day, and today I think they've called a meeting of the health ministers and they call all the politicians to Ottawa to, I guess, discuss what their demands are, drop the mandates. I took the flag out of my Twitter handle. I put it back the other day after watching that. For the first time in so long, I can't tell you how proud I was to watch Max Bernier and Randy Hillier stand before the microphone, behind a lectern, and deliver reasonable information. Not like this dolt. Answer questions from all the media, including the CBC and Global, that spun all their questions into their narrative. Isn't it surprising how quickly the media jumps on with this stuff? Oh yeah, they're so happy to support lockdowns and masking and restrictions to your liberty. You'd think that the press corps, the media of the nation would be the first ones to go, I don't think this is good. No, we don't want anything that reduces our liberty or hampers our freedom of speech. But no, they're only too happy to jump on with the narrative. Why? Because they're getting paid. Can you imagine a free country that pays their media to propagate their nonsense? This is where we're living. Well, I left. I'm in Dominican Republic. And if you need a connection down here, we got them. I can't exactly get you a job or help you get out of Canada, but the mandates will be gone soon. And when they are, I know a lot of people that are just making a run for the border. Wow. So what? I'd rather not be here. I'd rather not be paying attention to this stuff. But I saw this and I had to rebroadcast it. It's a little late. It's on delay a few minutes. So it wasn't live. Heather, we're not leaving. More of us are coming. Paul Layton, you didn't hear us, traitor. You know, it's not too strong a word to call these people traitor. Occupation. What up, Brian? Doug Ford said he makes laws. Man, this is frustrating, but, well, what do? Dig in. Be strong. Stand. Defy. And do not comply. And start by taking your masks off. I'm seeing people do it all the time because they're posting on social media how good it feels to take their mask off for the first time. Do not comply. Stop complying. I can't believe that the small businesses, I mean, I kind of get it when it comes to a liquor license because you mess that up, you're done. But the rest of them, I don't know why you closed your doors. What are they going to do to you? Oh, man, I feel for you people with the small businesses. You're just getting the shit kicked out of you by guys like this that never missed one check. Politicians like Hirji at the Niagara region, getting paid $200,000-$300,000 a year, never missed one check, and he's closing your businesses because he thinks it's saving lives. Does he actually think that? Just take the shot. Just take the shot. Our way out of this is vaccination. Well, how? I'd like to see the data. Show me how it's helped. Please, show me. Show me how that, without this medication, how we'd be worse off. Show me how the medical system would have collapsed without it. Such garbage. Follow the science. You know how tired I am of hearing follow the science? Follow the science. Dr. Fauci coming out and saying, I am science. And this fat fuck's got a science table that he doesn't even listen to. It's all rigged anyway. Oh, man. Not what I wanted to do today. Lori Bambridge, what's up? Miss your face. Rolston, did I miss his comment? Was Lori's okay? Didn't he say he was lifting the mandates? He did say that. And he did in a private phone conversation that Rebel happened to record that I put on my social media yesterday. Oh, you're in Ottawa. No tension here. Spoke to a young Canadian trucker last night, and they know they could have been pulled from their trucks and fined or put in jail, and they really just don't care at this point. Yeah, they don't care about getting arrested, but, I mean, they're there because they care. Rolston, what's up? And Lori, yeah, have fun down there, up there. You know, you see the pictures, and I didn't feel, my blood didn't turn red with patriotism until I saw that press conference the other day. None of the footage I saw was like, oh yeah, this is great, and until I saw the press conference with Max Bernier and Randy Hillier, and I'm like, this is it. This is what it's all about. And that thing is a party. And seriously, what are they going to do? Bring in the military? Declare martial law? Careful what you say or wish for. I'm not wishing for it. What are they going to do? They're not going anywhere. They're not leaving because you came out and waddled up to the lectern and delivered some prepared speech that hit all the right points. And you can't even fucking read, Doug. You want us to believe you can lead a province and you can't even read a fucking speech. Just come out and tell us what it is. Look down at your notes when you get off track and go back. This idea that coming before the people and reading prepared statements is just such a joke. If we had real people as politicians, they'd come out, they'd deliver it, they'd make a couple blunders, they'd take questions. Chuck the Dancing Bear is a bad actor. No two ways about it. That's all you get from this guy is bad acting and reading speeches. It's fucking heartbreaking. But I have the truckers to thank because they're going to dig in. They're going to hold their ground. They're not going anywhere. And I love to see how you're going to take the funds from Give, Send, Go. Let me see if I can pull this up. With all the craziness going on right now, don't forget Valentine's Day is just around the corner. That's their latest tweet an hour ago. Know this. This is from Give, Send, Go. At Give, Send, Go on Twitter 15 hours ago. Know this. Canada has absolutely zero jurisdiction over how we manage our funds here at Give, Send, Go. All funds for every campaign on Give, Send, Go flow directly to the recipients of those campaigns, not least of which is the Freedom Convoy campaign. So what do? Seize the bank account of the Freedom Convoy? I don't know, man. This is... When I say heartbreaking, I mean it. Like, how long can we live in a perpetual state of a broken heart? When you see kids with masks on, kids that aren't learning the language because they can't lip read anymore, kids that are having developmental problems and social problems because of masks, how can you not let it break your heart? When you see or you hear of 80-year-old elderly men jumping out of windows and killing themselves because they haven't seen their family in a year. It's disgusting. I know more people that have overdosed and suicided themselves than died of COVID, or even contracted COVID for that matter. I didn't, like, back in the original phase, the what do you call it? The alpha strain. I didn't know anyone that got it. I didn't know anyone that even got a cold over the first 2 years of this so-called pandemic. It's such a joke. My cat on YouTube. Didn't he say it was supposed to be over? Maybe over anyway, yeah. Well, we've got an election coming up. What's Brian saying here? Can't wait to see how he gives and go. The thing goes, yeah. How can they stop it? I don't know. Yeah, kids are needing speech therapy. It's sad. And now we're seeing, we knew that the lockdowns weren't going to change anything. Well, they changed things, just all for the worse. And these losers keep trotting out, waddling out to their lectern and belting out bullshit. Well, I escaped the country. I escaped the jab. And I wish that the rest of my friends had been able to, well, if you want to live in Canada, that's up to you. But I wish they had been able to escape that forced medical treatment. I met a guy down here the other day that says he's got 4 shots. People are just like, Mom, it sounds good to me. I'll take the shot. Sounds like it's going to help. Help what? What's it help? I'll probably get a medical misinformation strike on this. I'm trying very hard not to say that none of these things have worked, but show me the proof that anything we did saved any lives at all. Just wash your hands. The masking, the social distancing, the vaccines, show me the proof that it did anything at all. Anyways, I'm blathering. I need a cup of coffee. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon already. Damn. Another beautiful day in paradise. 86 degrees, feels like 93 with a few clouds. Live from the North Shore of Dominican Republic. It's the Jim Fannon Show. Peace, love, hug your neighbor, rip that mask off your face, and whatever you do, do not comply. Defy. I am out.
We have every intention to bring new legislation forward that will make these measures permanent in law. We're taking these steps necessary to support our police as they do what it takes to restore law and order. And please, my friends, make no mistake, this is a pivotal moment for our nation. The eyes of the world are upon us right now, and what they are seeing is not who we are. It's not what Canada is about. This is not how we try to change things here in Canada. We do it through the ballot box because we are Canadian and we are better than that. And so, as a province, as a nation, we must collectively draw a line. We must stand for the values that define us. We must come together right now. We must heal the divide that is fracturing our society. We must come together now, not as opponents, but as Canadians. And we must see that the sacrifices we're forced to make were made for a reason. To see that because of the actions we took over the last 2 years, tens of thousands of lives were saved from COVID-19. As hard as it's been, these sacrifices were necessary to protect tens of thousands of our neighbors, our friends, our family members. And there's no price that we could put on that. So, to the protesters, I say, we've heard you, and it's time to go. To the auto workers, truckers, and all those affected by the Ambassador Bridge closure, I say, we will take whatever steps are necessary to ensure the border is reopened. To the people of Ottawa under siege, I say, we will ensure you're able to resume life and business as soon as possible. And to our brave women and men in uniform, I want you to know that you have my full support as you work to manage the situation and do whatever it takes to bring these occupations to an end. Thank you, and God bless the people of Ontario.
Now, I normally do a close crop on these losers because I want you to be able to see in their eyes the lack of soul and depth that is in there. But look at these puppets. These Muppets in the background. Where's Christine Elliott? She should be there. Oh, that's the doctor of... No. Well, who's the chick on the... Oh, don't even get me started. How embarrassing to have you standing there More than 6 feet apart with a fucking mask, a diaper over your fotch. Well, this has been a rebroadcast of CPAC's live coverage of Chuck the Dancing Bear, a.k.a. Doug Ford, declaring a state of emergency because a couple trucks drove in and parked on Parliament Hill. Mike, what's your take? What's your opinion on the PPC party? I would have run as a candidate if they didn't turn me down. I'm going to interview Max Bernier Monday at 11 a.m. EST. I'm not going to talk to him about the fact that his party turned me down when he basically said, who cares? Water under the bridge. Max Bernier. Let me see. Monday, 11 a.m. Was it Monday? Tuesday, 1 p.m. Shit, my eyes are bad, eh? Tuesday, 1 p.m., Max Bernier will be on the show. I usually have him for 20 minutes, half an hour. Sometimes I stretch him to an hour. I know he's really busy these days and he's doing lots of interviews. But Tuesday, 1 p.m. EST, I'll have Max Bernier in the show. No, you won't be able to ask him questions. But if you got something specific you want me to ask him and it's a good question, maybe I'll ask it for you. Max Bernier, Tuesday, 1 p.m. EST. All right, I'm getting out of here. I hope you're all well. The links are in the description for anywhere that you want to support me or subscribe or like and share. I love you. I'm out.